Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar. So this one is a special song here for me. It's Sam Tompkins here. And this one is called Hero. So this is one of the absolute best songs I heard lately for a while. And yeah, I first came across Sam Tompkins. I watched a street performance there with him and a guy called Ren. They sang this mix of Earn It, It's a Man's World, and Falling. So great voice here, Sam Tompkins. And yeah, this song is about suicide, and the message is to don't be afraid to reach out. So that's what it's all about here. So beautiful song here from Sam Tompkins, Hero. Let's start right away. This is a capo. I will need to have it on the 3rd fret. So capo on 3rd, and we have 5 different chords to handle here. So let's start with C major 7. So that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, open B, and open E. The next chord will be a G6. Alright, so that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, open B, and open E. Then we have the E minor. That is open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. Next is D. So that is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. The final chord is C. So that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. So there you have 5 chords. So let's start right away. We have the first chord, a C major 7, and we will look at the strumming first. Okay, so the strumming will be like this. Right, so that's one round. And for this one, we will use a picking or plucking pattern. So you're gonna have the pattern bass, top, top, and clap. So bass, top, top, clap. By that I mean we have different basses. When we will look at this song here, we will have another strumming pattern later with a bass there as well. So it depends on what chord you use. We have different bass strings, and even we have a different top notes, top strings there. So the pattern is bass, top, top, and clap. So for C major 7, I'm gonna play the A string as a bass, and you answer with the D, G, and B 2 times. Bass, top, top. Okay, so top is the D, G, and B. And a clap. So you play that for 2 times, and then you shift to the G6 chord. Okay, and the G6 is the same pattern, bass, top, top, but now the bass is on the E string, and the top is the same strings, D, G, and B. Clap. Clap. Okay, so do that for 2 times. So C major 7, 2 times, G6 2 times, C major 7 2 times, and G6 2 times. So let's go for that. Clap, bass, top, top, clap, bass, top, top. Back to C major. G. Alright, then it continues into the pre-chorus. You're gonna play the C major 7, but now the top strings will be 1 string down. So the top strings will be the G, the B, and the E string, because we want to emphasize the open E here from the C major 7. So 2 times on that. Then comes the G6, and that's played in the same way as we before. 2 times. And now the C major again with this new G, B, and E as top. right? Then we have the ending here with the E minor and D. But for the E minor, you just play the bass string, which is the open E, and you play that together with the 3rd fret on E string in the top. So like this. And then you shift to D and play the bass plus the top string there, and that is the open D string plus the 2nd fret E string. Like that. All right. So let's go over the verse and the pre-chorus that we just looked at. So the verse was 2 rounds of C major 7, then 2 rounds of G, C major, G. Now we come into the pre-chorus part. The new strings of C major 7, 2 times, G6, 2 times, in the same way, C major, 2 times. Then comes this, E minor, plus the 3rd fret E, and D with this F sharp on the E string here, right? So that is the pre-chorus. Now the chorus, okay? So in the lyrics, don't lose hope. So it's a beautiful lyrics here. Anyway, we need to play a new strumming pattern. So the pattern for the chorus will be bass top, 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 bass top. Okay? So with the C major 7, which is the 1st chord here, we use the bass, still the same here, the A string for C major 7. And the top here will be the G, B, and E. So you just continue from the pre-chorus and use the same strings there. So G, B, and E from the C major 7. So it will be with this strumming pattern. That is 1 round. So bass top, 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 bass top. Right? So bass top, 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 bass top. Okay, so 2 times on the C major 7. Then 1 time on the G6, and same pattern here. You want to emphasize the B string here, so you're going to play the top strings will be the D, G, and B. And now the D chord. Here you're going to play the bass, which is the open D string. And the rest will be, the top strings will be G, B, and E. So you play that chord progression for 2 rounds. So C major 7, G, and D for 2 rounds. So let's go for these 2 rounds. Then we have a final part still here in the chorus. For this first chorus, we're gonna play just 1 down of the following chords: E minor, C, E minor, and D. All right. So the chorus was played like this. Yeah, so that is how it goes. That takes us to verse number 2. In the lyrics, wake up and sleep. So we have a new strumming pattern. It's kind of not a pattern, it's only downs. But we have 1 string we want to emphasize. So let's grab a C chord. So for this one, we're gonna play 4 downs, is kind of one strumming pattern. So we're gonna emphasize the open G string, okay? So the open G string will be emphasized for both the second verse and the second pre-chorus, okay? So how we gonna do that? Yeah, so 4 downs is the pattern. It will sound like this. Okay, so that is how it's done. So C, you're gonna play, or the pattern is bass, bass, top, bass. And by top, I mean that is where you're gonna emphasize the open G string. This one. So. Like this. Play bass, you play on the bass strings here, of course, and top means try to hit the open G and back to bass. So one round is bass, bass, top, bass. That's one round, so sorry. One round, bass, bass, top, bass. So that goes for C, and for G, you play in the same way. Bass, bass, top, bass. Right? So for the first C, you're gonna play 4 times on this strumming. Then you switch to G and play 4 times. And you do that for 2 times. So C, G, C, G. 4 times for each chord. And that is the second verse. So let's go for these C's and G's. That will continue to the second pre-chorus. So it goes on with the C 4 times, G 4 times, C 4 times, and then comes the E minor we had in the ending here of the first pre-chorus. The notes E minor, bass plus the top string, and D, like that. So the pre-chorus will be C, G, C, and then E minor, D. So let's go for that. 4 times. G 4 times. Back to C 4 times. E minor and D. And that is the second pre-chorus. All right. So we went through the second verse and second pre-chorus with the same kind of strumming, and that takes us to the second chorus. This one is played in the same way as the first chorus. The only difference here is the second part, you can say, of the chorus, the part that we had just with 1 down, E minor, C, E minor, D. They're still same chords, but instead of just doing 1 down of these chords, like we did in the first chorus, this time we're gonna continue with the same kind of picking, you can say, like we do in the rest of the chorus, which is this bass top, 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 bass top. Okay, so we're gonna use that for the E minor, C, E minor, and G. So with the E minor chord, you're gonna add the 3rd fret E string, this one. So the bass here will be, of course, the open E string in the bass, and the top strings will be the G, B, and the added 3rd fret E. That's the E minor. And for C, that will be, of course, bass string, the A string, and the top strings will be G, B, and E. Okay, so the last 3 strings. Then you go back to play E minor in the same way, and then you're gonna play D, and that is the open D string with the which is the bass string, and the rest G, B, and E will be the top strings. So with that pattern, bass, top, 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 bass, top, it will sound like this. Okay, so that is how it's done. That's the second part, you can say, in the second chorus. And after this part comes a bridge part in the lyrics, don't leave us just yet. So here we just have downs for the following chords. Okay, and that is C, and then you play D, E minor pretty fast right after each other. So C, you do that chord progression, C, D, E minor, then G, D. You do that for 2 times, and that is kind of the bridge part. So D, E minor, G, and D, and another time, C, D, E minor, and D, and D. Alright. And here you just use kind of the bass strings here. So that is the rhythm here. C, D, E minor, and G, and D, and like that. So 2 rounds of these chords, and that takes us to the kind of same part as the chorus part. So you're gonna continue just 1 down, but the chords will be the same as in the chorus. So it will be C major 7, 1 down, don't lose hope, you got this in the bag, G, G6, and then D, and then you're gonna add an extra note here, the open G note. So C major 1 down, G, and then D plus an extra open G note. And then you go this again for another same round of the chords here. C major 7, then G, and D, and then comes the extra notes, open G, and 4th D. Right? So that is kind of a bridge part plus an extra part of the chorus, you can say. So just to repeat from the bridge part here, we have 1 down of the following chords, C, D, E minor, and G, and D. Alright, you play that chord progression for 2 times, and then you go over and play this C major, G, D for 2 times. And for the Ds, we're gonna add some extra notes. So the first round will be 1 down on C major 7, then G and D, plus an extra open G note. That's the open G string. And then comes for the second round, C major 7, and then comes the G and D, plus open G, 4th D. And that works as a bridge to the final chorus, which is played in the same way as the other choruses. So nothing new there. Yeah, the only different from other choruses, this last chorus is this part again, this E minor, C, E minor, D part, is that it's played with just the bass string and a top string, top notes. So the E minor, play like that. So open E string in the bass together with 3rd fret E string in the top. Just 1 plucking there. And then comes the C. You play that in the same kind of way, but different strings. This time its bass note is 3rd fret A string and the open E string. Then you play E minor again in the same way. And the final chord will be based on D, open D string together with this 2nd fret E string. And that is how Sam Tompkins' beautiful song called Hero ends. So this one is a real hit here from Sam Tompkins. Listen to it and watch the music video for this song here. Beautiful. So good luck with this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you soon, and don't forget, play tuned.